Hello, I'm Anna from Craft Me a Card, and I love crafting for the crafter, and that is you. In today's video, I'm going to show you this card that I made to give for someone for Thanksgiving, to give them thanks for them being in my life. And I am going to be showing you how I made this plank, this wood-looking panel here. It looks like there's some shiplap there. So it's very cool. And yeah, stick around and let me show you how I made this card. Okay, so the paper pad that I'm going to be using for today's cards is this one by Park Lane, and it's called Harvest, and I got this at Joann's, and it was on sale plus a 25% off because I picked it up on the curbside. And I really liked it because there are a lot of patterns here that I can use that don't necessarily have to be for harvest, but there are many different kinds of I love these pumpkins, of images, of patterns here that I can use for many things. But this one was the one that really sold me. Look at all those pooches. So cute. And they have it, they also have cats. Oh, they're the cats. See? Super cute. Super cute. And as you can see, you know, this has nothing to do with harvest. I can use this for a sympathy card. I can use this for a birthday card combined with some pink or something. Look at these dogs. I really like the cats. Yes. So I really like this paper pad, and there are a lot of patterns here, which is really great. Wood. This is all harvest. That could even be for Halloween. I love these pumpkins. Super cute. So anyways, this is at Joann's, and again, it is called Harvest. And it's a total of, let's see, 180 sheets in this big paper pad. So yeah, I didn't have any harvest, I didn't have any Thanksgiving papers, so I thought that this was great because it's not only for Thanksgiving, but it's for many things. So the one we're going to be using is this one here. I really like those watercolored pumpkins. Anyways, okay, so this is the paper pad. Okay, so first I'm going to make my plank. And I just bring in a piece of paper. Then with the scoring tool, which is this that has a bunch of little lines where you could stick a bone folder in and it creases it. So I place my paper in one of these. I'm just going to make lines. And some are going to be thinner, some are going to be thicker. Just go all the way down. Because in my mind, wood is not perfect. Right? It's wood. Okay, so once we have that done, you see our planks. You could grab whatever ink pad you have, and you're just going to grab it. I like brown, but you could use gray, you could use blue, whatever color you like. And this does stain, so I'll just grab a piece of paper here, and then you're just going to drag your ink pad down. Not perfect, absolutely not perfect, because you want it to be like a plank, like wood, right? And I did see, I did learn this from Gina at EKE Designs. So I really like this difference in color because it makes it look woody, if that makes any sense. So look at that. We have our planks. It looks like planks of wood. It really does, because you could see the streaks. I've shared other ways to make paper look wood looking, and this is just another one. I'm going to bring in my card base here, and with my bone folder, just go over it. And I want the surrounding area to be the same as this. So I'm just going to, again, grab a scrap piece of paper and go around the edges, just like that. This is a very quick and fun card to make. And if you're going to go to somebody's house and you want to thank them for inviting you over, or you want to thank them for their hospitality, it's nice to bring a card, a little thankful card. Okay, so then I am going to bring this in. And this is my lazy way of cutting an inner piece. Okay, so I just bring in my piece, and I line it up according to how thick I want my border to be. See, we have this L here. So all we need to do is create this L here and here. So I make a little tick mark coming in. This is where the border, I want this border to be. And then where do I want this border to be? About this much. So now I'm going to cut on these two lines, and it's going to give me that middle piece. Place it and cut. So this is going to now be our middle piece. See that? Lovely. Okay, so half of this, about there, is going to be our plank, our wall. It's going to be our shiplap. It's like a wainscoting. I just learned that actually. Wainscoting is when you see that kind of wall, where it's half the wall is wood. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. Just like this. Okay. Then bring in my wainscoting and stick it on. Then just with some scissors or a crafter's knife, go in and you cut it. I'm going to use this cute little corner that has like little loops. I think that's very cute. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut 4 out of that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I have my 4 corners, but I want these to be darker. So I'm going to bring in my scrap here. I'm going to place them on. I'm just going to go over them again with my ink. My ink here. Let me just make them darker, like that. How lovely, my dear. Lovely, lovely. Just color them in. Look at how awesome that looks. You can see it there a little better. Very rustic. That's exactly what I'm going for. This is a good color, but that's the color. That's the same color as our first layer. So we want it to be darker so it could pop, so we can see it. Yes. Okay, so once we have our corners already all tainted here, these corners, you have to fold them and then fold. I have a lot of different kinds of corners because I like using corners on my cards. If you have seen my videos, you'll see that I use corners a lot. So every time I see corners, I go for them. Okay, so I just have to fold them and then fold again. Then add a little bit of glue here on the flap. That'll close them in. And then with the clip or something, you could also use some tweezers. You hold it there so that it could glue, so that it could grab and glue. Okay, so I grab my corners and I add a little bit of glue to the corner and I just insert it and it kind of like hugs the paper. Oh, so much love. Right. Okay, see how the corner is a little bit darker? That's what I was going for. I want these two to show a little more. Okay, so I'll bring in my card base, and now I could glue this on top of my card base. Just by adding liquid glue all around. Yikes. Show the love, show the love. Whoa. Okay, I go in and I bring it and I center it. And there's our card base. Pretty, huh? Okay, so now for my sentiment, which is going to be on this tag. It's really pretty. It's stitched. Sorry, I was playing with alcohol inks. Haha. So it's stitched. So what I want to do is use some watercolor paper because I'm going to be playing with water because I want to mimic these colors here. And they are very watercolory-ish. So I want to go with the lighter tone of them. So I'm going to use Spice Marmalade, Brushed Corduroy, and Aged Mahogany. And you know what? Let's use some Ground Espresso also. Okay, so I'm just going to dab some color on my surface here. A little bit of each. Then I'm going to get some water. Let me get a brush. So I want it very watercolory-ish. I'm just gonna dip my water brush in there. I want it wet, nice and wet. Okay, I bring in my watercolor and I just start Coloring it. No specific, no rhyme or reason, just color, color, color. Have fun. Be creative. Enjoy. Okay. So my eye is telling me, Anna, you need more red? Sure, I can do that. Anna, you need more orange? Sure, can also do that. Aha. Make it nice and messy. I think that looks fun, but you know what? This has more mahogany to it. So I'll do a little bit more. Just like that. Bring in more of that red. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, please. Okay. And help it dry with my heat tool. Place my metal die here and run it through my machine. So this is going to go right here. Okay, so my first card is going to say thankful for you. I'm going to just grab my thankful and I'm going to tint it a little darker using the same ink pad, the archival brown ink. And I'm going to just run it over just like this. See how pretty it looks? Nice and rustic. I'm also going to create a second card. And it's going to say, grateful for you. Bring a scrap here, put my letters down, and again, using my archival, I'm gonna color them in. Now, we just need the grateful. Just do it dark. Ah, ripped it. I'm gonna do just like we did the corners. Dark so it could stand out. Bring in my tag, my tweezers, grab my grateful. Okay, bring in my tacky glue and just put glue all around. I ripped it, but it's okay. It's okay. Won't be able to tell. We're gonna mend it up. There's my grateful. So now, I'm bring in some glue and stick this for you. So this is the negative area of the little square that says for you. So I'm just taking advantage of this die. I'm using all pieces of it. Okay. So I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to bring in some foam tape, so we can lift this tag up, make it 3D. But before I do that, I want to bring a little piece of ribbon, brown ribbon, and I'm going to run it through my little tag here, just like that. Make a little knot. Okay. Sure it doesn't fray. Seam binding is always so fun. Okay, then I take the backing off of the foam tape. I add some glue, just as a safety measure. Go ahead and I place my tag right in the middle of the top piece. Then I like this thick, this wide ribbon. Go ahead and make a little bow using bunny ears here. Then stretch it out, pull in, stretch, pull in, and stretch. Chun chun chun. Just like that. Yeah. So pretty. So then with some cloth scissors, I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut. Cut cut at an angle. So then with my glue gun, I just go flip it around and I add some glue to the back of it and I place it right in the middle. If we want, we can add a little bit of festivity with it. Brenda, at Brenda's Creations, gave this to me in a prize that I won over at her channel. So thank you very much, Brenda. There were a lot of wonderful goodies I was able to use. So we can always make something festive by adding sequin. And I think that this mix is more for like a shaker card because it has these little pieces. But I don't have to use it for that. I can use it to make my card a little more festive. Okay, I like that. So for this one, I'm going to bring Guillotin. Then we pretend we're doctors for a little bit, and we do this using both hands. Sometimes I feel like a doctor. Scissors, X-Acto knife, glue, foam adhesive. And here's the first one that we did. Two differences, this tag is darker, this tag is lighter. Difference, this is grateful, this is thankful. Difference, this is using the frame for you. This is using the negative space that I took from here. So quickly I put together two beautiful Thanksgiving cards. And yeah, they're going to go with some gifts that I have for two very special people in my life that make my life easier, and they're very helpful. So I think it is important to thank those people in our lives that make our life easier, that make our life pleasant and happier and easier to bear. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you like these cards. I hope you get inspired. I hope you create. Most important, I hope you are happy. See you next time. Bye-bye. So I have my whole piece. Oh no! Well, okay, that's fine. Oh, it's wrong! Oh, no! It has to open this way. It has to open this way. Oh my gosh. Burn these edges. Papa, stop. Whoa. That bent on me.